The alarm went off at a truly unsociable hour. It was dark, heavy dark, even in a city as bright as Tokyo. But this was an important mission. I was off to see some very large men in their natural habitat, a sumo stable. My journey took me through quiet streets you rarely see. Neon was gone, replaced by soft orange street lamps. Ryogoku, the heart of the sumo world. Cool, still air, a sense of anticipation. I wasn't entirely sure what I was getting myself into. Arriving felt like stepping back in time. Modest, traditional building tucked on a side street. You could walk right past it. A few bicycles parked outside, too small for their riders. A faint rhythmic thud vibrated through the pavement. I slid open the wooden door, hit by humid, earthy air, the scent of serious business. The first thing you notice is the sound, deep, guttural grunts, the sharp slap of skin on skin, the heavy thud of enormous bodies on clay. Eyes adjust to the dim room. In the center, a raised clay ring, the Dohyo, giants moving inside the ring, mountains of muscle and flesh, top knots bobbing, utterly captivating, another world from the city outside. I found a small spot to sit, trying to be inconspicuous. Before the real action began, there were rituals. Everything in sumo is steeped in tradition. The morning practice is no exception. The wrestlers, known as rikishi, entered the keikoba one by one. Each bows deeply to the dohyo, clear hierarchy, seen everywhere. Younger wrestlers sweep the floor, fetch water, do chores. Senior wrestlers arrive last. Elaborate hairstyles close up. Respect and seniority in every interaction. Mawashi close-up. Thick loincloth folding and tying details. Younger black cotton mawashi, sekitori white silk mawashi. Purposeful movement, no faffing about. Shiko stomps, legs raised high, thunderous crash. Floor impact. Shiko builds strength and drives away spirits. Looks knackering, sweat and strain. Sounds, sharp slap, deep thump, heavy breathing. Primal soundscape. Wooden floor vibrates. Oyakata at ring edge, hawk-like gaze. Former champion presence, commands respect. He barks corrections. Wrestlers respond. Nothing escapes his notice. All this happens before the first bout. Methodical prep, physical and mental. Wrestlers stretch, defying physics. They are extraordinary athletes. The warm-up routine was more than just a few stretches. It was a performance of power and precision in itself. After the leg-stomping shiko, the wrestlers moved on to other exercises. One of these is called teppo, repeatedly slapping a large wooden pillar with the palms of their hands. The sound was like a series of gunshots echoing through the hall. The idea is to perfect the initial charge, the tachi-ai, by coordinating hands and feet. They did this over and over again, bodies glistening with sweat under the lights, expressions locked in fierce concentration, a mesmerizing rhythmic dance of brute force. Then came the flexibility drills, mind-boggling. These colossal men contorted their bodies into positions a yoga instructor would admire. They sat on the floor, legs splayed wide, bent forward until their chests were flat against the clay. They helped each other stretch, one wrestler pushing down on another's back to deepen the pose. You could see the strain on their faces, but no complaining. Just another part of the job, another step toward perfection. It changed my perception of what their bodies can do. What struck me was the silence and focus. No chatting or joking around. Each wrestler in his own world. Almost monastic dedication. Not a place to socialize. A workshop forging bodies into weapons. The self-discipline was rare to see up close. Once the warm-ups were complete, the stablemaster gave a quiet nod. It was time for the practice matches, known as moshi-ai. The mood in the room shifted instantly. The focused calm was replaced by a raw, explosive energy. A higher-ranked wrestler would step into the ring and point at his chosen opponent. There was no hesitation. The designated wrestler would jump up, slap his belly, and charge into the ring. The two behemoths would crouch down, stare into each other's eyes for a brief, tense moment, collide with a sound like a car crash. It was utterly visceral. Close to the dohyo, it was an assault on the senses. You feel the impact in your chest. Sweat flew everywhere, showering the spectators in the front row. The grunts were deafening. They pushed, pulled, grappled for dominance. These weren't slow bouts. They were lightning-fast explosions of strength and technique. A match could be over in seconds. one wrestler powerfully shoved out of the ring or thrown to the clay floor. The loser would get up, bow, and the winner would stay in the ring, ready to face the next challenger. It was relentless. The skill involved was incredible to witness. It's not just about size and strength. Smaller wrestlers use technique and leverage to topple larger opponents. Harried, slaps to the face, swift sidesteps, intricate belt grips. The stablemaster watched every move, shouting advice and critiques. After what felt like an eternity of non-stop, bone-jarring combat, the stablemaster clapped his hands. Practice was over. The intense, almost violent energy in the room evaporated in an instant. The wrestlers, who moments before had been fearsome warriors, suddenly seemed to relax. They bowed in unison towards the Dohyo and then to their stablemaster. The juniors immediately got to work, raking the clay ring and cleaning the training hall. The seniors, meanwhile, headed off to the showers. Sweat, sand, glory. Tired, proud faces. The transformation was remarkable. After showering and changing, they emerged as completely different people, dressed in simple yukata, cotton robes, hair neatly tied in top knots, fierce scowls replaced by gentle smiles. We were invited to meet some of them. I found myself next to a man twice my size. He'd just dominated the ring. His hands were the size of dinner plates. His chest was a wall of muscle, but his eyes were kind. His voice was soft. He spoke a little English and answered our questions. He described his diet, a massive chanko nabe hot pot, his daily routine, almost entirely sumo. He showed his hands, calluses and fresh scrapes. No bravado, just humble pride.
He laughed when I asked if it hurt. Every day, he said with a grin, but you get used to it.
That encounter made it personal and real. These were approachable, friendly human beings. Leaving the stable into the bright Tokyo morning felt surreal.